Man, how about it? We up this morning, man, talking about Black excellence for Black History Month. You're on the grind. You're a certified grindologist. If you're already up this morning, you are ready to win. You've already won. He chose you today to have another chance. You got to give a moment of silence for another chance to get to. If you haven't been in some tough spots before, you might not understand what getting to is, but man, I can understand getting to. I get to today. So this is the Grindology101 virtual podcast. I got an amazing guest on today. My sister, this young lady right here is a person that cares for people so deeply. I've seen her sacrifice what she may want to do for herself to help other people all the time since we were kids. It's going to be amazing to bring her on, and we're going to talk about some things going on there in Pasadena. She's seen her open doors for businesses to promote themselves, share other people's amazing stories, open up doors for support and help people, including myself. Got a story about her making fun of me. I'll share that a little bit later. But my sister, I'm going to bring her up in a second, and as we do all the time. And today, I want you to reference, the opportunity to get to be who you are, the opportunity to get to put the best foot forward towards what you want to be in your life, what you want to do in your life, what you want to leave in your life or behind for others. Today, again, we get to talk to another amazing guest, Sabrina Bricks. I'm going to bring her on. She is the owner of Fly Breed Creation. Stand by. Man, look at that right there. I got my girl on right there. What's going on, sis?
No, not a lot. Just up, moving about, getting the day started.
Look at you, man. 40 years or so we have been friends. But you have been a person that's cared deeply for other people. You do a lot of things for people. You own your own company. You've always been a brand kind of person. I remember us in high school, you were always a part of some club or some kind of helping people type of network. What moved you kind of to be that kind of person?
I think it's just innately built. Like, I don't set out for it. It just feels like it's an assignment. So I just follow it. I know more now as an adult what it is than I did when I was younger. So it's just I'm a vessel. So I take the assignment and I go with it. And that's pretty much it.
Well, I gotta we don't give flowers enough while we're alive. It's always after. It's always, she was or he was or wow. So, every person I've come in contact has made an impact in my life. I always want to give you flowers. I remember varsity high school game I was playing. You cracked a joke on me. I had that high Michael Cooper socks up to the knees, knee pads. I mean, I had the whole gear on, diving for balls and everything. He said, Keith, look, roll your socks. That was when the days when Jordan was coming around. Man, that was funny to me because I was in the game and he was cracking me. That's your personality.
Yeah. It does not. Yeah. That is so funny. You tell me that all the time. And I remember it vaguely, but it does not surprise me. It's definitely not something far-fetched from what I would do. That's the
You're a
funny
realist, you just
I
a natural,
am.
Hey, if we cool, I'm gonna crack you, I'm gonna tell you about you so you can straighten up your act,
I've
and
learned how to
that's
use
rare.
I've
You
learned how
still
to
like
use
that.
tact over the years. So it might not be, it might not come off that way. Probably a little more endearing, but it's still the same.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got something I want to share, and it's Black History Month. You out there on the front lines of helping people, Black businesses all the time. I see you go live, you go to somebody's business, you lead people to other people that's doing things. You got Erin out there, flowers, all of her stuff. You're doing I saw you had a vendor event about a year ago where you had
Yeah,
like 10 vendors out there, and you just took the time to talk about their business, especially needed in Pasadena. Uh, Mr. Jason Harden created an amazing work of art for, what Pasadena backdrop is. So I'm going to share that. We're going to talk a little bit about it. And I got our guy, Darren Lyons. I'm going to share something about him about professionalism. And we'll speak on it. And it's amazing to have you on. Absolutely. Thank you for all the prayers, all the support, all the love for all the years along. And it's an honor to have you on the show this morning.
absolutely. I'm honored to be here. I'm honored to be asked. I think that's one of the main things is I always stay humble. It doesn't matter what is going on in my life. Humility is something that you can't buy. You have to practice it. It's easy to get off of the it's easy to get off that train, but I stay on, just because I don't want to ever miss a blessing or anything that God has for me because my attitude, is bad or I'm mistreating people or something like, I don't have time for the holdups. I need what he's going to give me, at the time he's going to give it to me, and I can rest in my spirit and knowing that I've done, my job. So you got to stay right.
And you're a straight shooter. That's you shoot straight all my life. I know you. It comes straight. It comes straight, and I love that. We're gonna get some more straight talk out of you on the other side. Sabrina, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna show a little bit about this amazing work for Jason Harden, Hardway Enterprise, Pasadena, California. He's done some work that I'm just proud of him showing what's going on in our cities. It's a time to make a difference. And when people are making a difference, that's what we talk about here on the Grindology101 Podcast. We're talking about Black excellence. This is Black History Month. They say this our month. They say it. I say it's every day. Let's check some of this out right here.
Pasadena, California is a prestigious city known for its annual Rose Parade, Rose Bowl, NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory, Caltech, and many other iconic attractions. Although Pasadena's beautiful, there's a dark undertone of gang violence that plagues the city. The question is, what can we do about it? Welcome to Pasadena.
Police have responded to 4 shootings, 3 of which happened in Pasadena City Parks. On January 21st, 2 people were wounded after a shooting at Washington Park. 6 days later, a 50-year-old man was shot to death in Villa Park. Just this past Thursday, shots were fired at La Pintoresca Park. Police also answered calls of shots fired in the area of Fair Oaks Avenue.
Pasadena is a documentary film centered around gang violence in the city. The purpose of the film is to bring awareness, bring people together, and ultimately explore solutions to reduce gang violence. When I was an intervention specialist for the Pasadena Unified School District, when I was brought on, I was asked to put together something to address gang violence for the youth. So what I actually came up with was a gang prevention presentation. In that presentation, there was a lot of information that was very helpful to the students. And at the end of the presentation, they would come up to me and speak with me and ask questions about some of the current things and even express to me how they've been affected or impacted by gang violence. And in that moment, I knew that I wanted to continue to build and elaborate on bringing solutions or exploring solutions to address these issues. I had joined the Violence Prevention Planning Committee for the city of Pasadena. it was awesome to see a whole bunch of like-minded individuals come together and brainstorm solutions and talk about these problems. But in my mind, I was thinking, what can I do personally about this issue? Because I felt like it's hard to come up with a solution to a problem without actually hearing the voice of those who've been affected by it directly. And I was thinking to myself, I could probably create a film that actually can address these issues, and what I would do is actually connect with people and have interviews and share the open dialogue to start bridging the gap to hear different perspectives from both sides. The final thing that kind of helped glue all these pieces together was in completion of my PNLI course, my Pasadena Neighborhood Leadership Institute course. It was a 10-week course, 30 hours total. I met so many awesome and amazing people and collaborated with so many people that it was like, wow, this is what it's all about. To be in a room with like-minded individuals who all want to spark change was life-changing for me. But ultimately, getting a chance to meet Mr. Brian Beery and share my thoughts and my vision on what I was trying to bring to life, he actually came aboard and said, you know what, I really appreciate what you're doing. I admire what you're doing. And he offered to assist in bringing the vision to life. And we talked about, like, what can we do collectively to raise funds for this film? And we came up with actually a shirt, t-shirt, hoodies, sweatshirts to promote the Made in Dina movement, because we were like, you know what, this will get people to rally behind the city, and then while they're rallying behind the city, they will actually be supporting the movement as well. So we got the Made in Dina going just to kind of use that as something to help fuel us to fund the operation. So far it's been going well, but obviously we need your help. We want to raise funds for production costs, and we want to actually get this thing in film festivals, and we want to premiere it and have a very nice opening night and bring out city officials and the mayor if possible, superintendents, community members, and virtually everybody who was a part of the film and who feels that this is something they want to be a part of. So we're reaching out. We need your help. Please assist us, and we're going to make sure that we put together something very impactful.
Now that's amazing right there, Jason Harden, to put that together. Honored, have my own and part to play in some of the destruction of a city. So I got a part to play in the construction of a city, man. And I'm gonna bring this amazing young lady back on right here. I know you're seeing some people you know and places you know, and you've been around. We've been in that environment, and today we get a chance to make an impact, and that's what you were about. So what do you think about, what's going on in Pasadena and the difference that you're making right there?
It's really scary. It's just, I think it's across the board. We don't just feel it here, but I think it's a little more because I have a son that's 19, almost 20 years old. And even though that's not his path, gang violence and stuff like that, it doesn't mean that he's exempt, from any other repercussions. I think that any movement here is a good movement. I just am sad at the fact there's not a lot of support, because I never saw that documentary, never even knew that it existed. I'm not huge like that in the community in terms of standing on the front line. And you had talked a little bit earlier about the vendor events. I teamed up with a young lady named KeJohnna Triplet, and we started in November, and it was really just an idea. It was just the support, her, and it kind of grew, and I thought I could really go far with this. So we did one in November 2020. Yes, November 2020. and it ended up being Black Business weekend, I believe it was, or Small Business Weekend. So it
I
was
remember
really,
that. Yes.
yeah, that was befitting. Then we came back and we did another one in February. Then we came back and did another one in June. The interesting thing is that by June, I got a few hits from from a couple people wanting to combine the efforts um, and pull us out of our element. And I'm like, that's not what we're doing. And then we got kind of accused of just doing something, and it really was about giving other small businesses exposure.
You know, Sabrina, that one of the we each got a part to play, and the part that we play is unique to each of us. You know, it's some that got to sign. It's some that take the trip to Washington and sign the petitions. You got those that help people open up their businesses so they can be an example, you know,
Yeah.
leave legacies. You got all kinds of positions to play in the change that takes place. Because I got two guys I call them Martin and Malcolm. They're really powerful in the community. They have different philosophies about it. I tell them, man, you know what? It's about helping people. So individually, you can collectively grow. You know, if you can help personal development from the base,
Yeah.
that's my fight. You know, personal development from the household can expand out. Now everybody's got the thing. And I love what you said, because you help businesses, and that's as I mean, we
And
got to
Key,
put
that was really the intent. Like, the first time it was such a nice turnout. It was so beautiful to see the camaraderie and all the folks that showed up, how they just bounced from table to table to table. It was very, it's nothing fancy. I don't have no PA system out here or none of that. It was just people trying to recover and do things to survive the situation we were in. I was blessed. I
right,
never stopped working. I've been working from home for 2 years. I never missed a paycheck. I never missed any of that. But just because I didn't doesn't mean I don't understand it. Right?
right.
So I say all that to say, I really wanted to keep going. But you know how I am. And it doesn't take much for me to be like, you know what, you can have it. So then I start seeing all these other little things pop up, and I'm happy about that. And I'm not going to judge the intent, but this would have been next weekend, probably would have been the weekend or the weekend following, because we were really trying to put a theme behind everything. We had Black History Month, we had the small business, we had Juneteenth. And so we were just going to keep going with that, but it became, I'm not too cool with people coming at me, with a bunch of things.
Wait, now the listening audience, I don't know when they might get to see this, but you see the eyes. Look,
Yeah.
she's trying to find the words to deliver it where
But anyway, I
it
see all
won't
that to say,
you know, how do I
like my
say
place
this?
in the community was, if any, I'm not going to sit here and take a bunch of credit that's not due me. But if I have a place in the community, it would be those 3 segments in which we opened up and allowed people to come in and showcase their business. And even if they didn't make a lot of money, they got exposure. And there was really no charge for the vendor fee. Like, it was just so innocent. So if I'm going to play a part, I play that part. Like I mentioned, I have my son, and I've taught him, to everybody is who they are. Like, he grew up in Pasadena, so he went to some of the Pasadena schools and stuff. And I see so much of, like, not as much of how we grew up, you know, um, high school, and we've known each other since high school. So here we are, still friends, right? And even though life separated and things like that, in distance, but we're still friends. And I'm hoping that the same thing happens for him. We still have that love here. It's a hashtag, right?
Pasadena is I
It's a
mean,
it's a
if
special
you from
place.
there, it's the only place in the world I know that you could be having a problem. And somebody say, man, when you going back to Pasadena? You from Pasadena? Yeah, I'm from Pasadena. Oh man, it's just over. You made it
Mm-hmm.
in Washington D.C. That's amazing. I wanna share something. I'm gonna share Darren Lyons
Okay,
about
deal.
professionalism. He's an amazing mentor of mine. Told me some amazing things, gave me some great confidence, and I'm sure, as you say, I know, you know his work. And then
Oh, yeah.
when we come back, I want you to tell him about Breeze Creation,
Oh, sure.
what it is, why it is, and then we'll be ready to get out of here. But and sister and success, it's an honor to have you on. We'll be right back. Listen, this is my main man right here, Mr. Darren Lyons. He's going to talk about professionalism. You know, I don't care what you're doing. You got to put your best foot forward. That's why this platform, I fail forward. It may work. Some may like it, not like it. I love what Sabrina said. You know, your position in the fight, your position in making a difference is your position in the fight and making a difference. So here, I'm just sharing positive content that inspires someone out there. It's my main man, Darren Lyons, man. Professionalism.
Professionalism is very important, and no matter what business it is. Today, we're in a situation in a society where people have become comfortable. They've become lazy. They've tuned out, if you will, and not all people, but a lot, have tuned out the words of wisdom that somebody that's in the position they want to be, they tuned them out and they decided to go to the University of YouTube. Well, the University of YouTube is only one-sided. You can't talk back. The University of YouTube also gives you information that is valid and some non-valid. When we look at professionalism, you have to have a give and take. You have to understand that when we are trying to learn professionalism, we have to learn it from people who are professional. Some of the people on YouTube don't have licenses as barbers. They have an opinion. And that's all it is an opinion. It could be right, but it's an opinion nonetheless. What I'm saying to you right now is an opinion, but I've lived it. I've mastered it. I've been in business for 30 years. So I think I have expertise, if you will, of running a good business. But people have to put business in perspective. Business in perspective meaning professionalism, meaning that even though that you are a barber, even though that you are a car salesman, even though that you're a motivational speaker, there's things that have to be put in place before you can say that you're that. Professionalism is number one. Job number one. If you look at Starbucks, the first thing they do is when you walk in there, they speak. When you go to Walmart, the first thing that you run into is a greeter. They speak. These things are being put on the back burner. Now, when you go to the barbershops, they don't speak. So it makes people intimidated. Because I don't know if this is a cool barbershop to even come to. Although I have locks and although my hair is long, but don't necessarily mean I don't need to be groomed. I still have a beard. Sometimes I don't wear a beard. Sometimes I want to goatee. But I want to be in a place that I am comforted when I walk through the door. Even though I'm not in the city, although I travel a lot, that means I go to a lot of barbershops. And I would say at least 75% of all barbershops that I've been to, and I probably have hit at least 40 states, 75% don't speak when you walk in the door. That's not professional. Cleanliness is a part of professionalism. Clean barbershops, clean beauty shops. Take pride in the shop that you work at. A lot of barbershops I've been in barbershops that it was so filthy. As soon as I walked through the door, they knew who I was. They knew who I was. And they were honored for me to be there. But the shop was so dirty, I got the broom and started sweeping. And these guys let me do it. How is that if I come to your house and start vacuuming because your house is dirty? You should feel a certain kind of way about that. But today, a lot of the young men and a lot of the young women don't feel a certain kind of way. It ain't my shop. It ain't my job. Well, whose job is it? See, because we all work in this thing together. See, you have to give something to get something. And most people today aren't really looking at that unless you go through a certain form of training. Professionalism is a certain form of training. You have to be trained to be professional. See, a lot of times we really assume, and you know what assuming means. We assume that they know how to clean. Some people just don't know how to clean. They don't know how to clean. Their parents don't know how to clean. So you assume that they know how to clean and sweep the floor correctly and sweep in the corners. You assume they know how to wash dishes, or you assume they know how to speak to people correctly. See, there's an English, there's hood English, and then there's ghetto English. What up, yo? What's up, my son? What's up, fam? Well, some people don't want to be addressed like that, as opposed to saying, how are you doing today, sir? Can I help you? What's good? Nothing. Nothing at all is good. Because that's not how you address a person. That's not how you address a new client. See, a lot of people in the state of California use Yelp. I call Yelp for help. See, Yelp can help you and it can hurt you. So it all depends on how good your professionalism. It can actually be a hindrance to your business when somebody comes in and say, I went in there, they were very unprofessional, the shop was dirty, they didn't clean their clippers. Now guess what? You have a bad mark. Now you went from 5 stars to 3, just that fast. The one who has the most stars is the one who wins. The one who has the highest level is the one who gets up first when they pop in barbershop for your city. So don't be at the bottom. And if you do, look at it as a report card. Don't get upset about it. Don't get upset about it. What you do is learn from it. Learn from your mistakes and become better. And instruct your employees, instruct yourself to say, I have to be a better barber. Even though this is not your shop, sweep up anyway. Even though you cleaned up that bathroom, clean it up again anyway until you decide to leave and get your own or go to a better barbershop. Then keep the area that you are clean like it's your own. Professionalism. Answer the phone correctly. What's up? Well, no. We say good morning, good evening, or good afternoon. This is Tangles and Locks. How may I help you and or serve you? Professionalism. See, we have to learn how to speak. We have to learn how to walk. We have to learn how to talk. And sometimes we have to reevaluate our situation. And we have to get rid of all of the bad information and reboot, refresh the information in our mind and say, I want to be professional, because that's the only way you're going to make good money.
Well, man, it's powerful right there, Mr. Darren Lyons, man. Friend, long time, man. His professionalism, he's been around the world, stands as an expert in the field of taking the business to a whole nother level. Sabrina, man, I know you know my main man right there. We've known him 30, 40 years again at Pasadena Connections. And he's put some great inspiration in you, because you stand on those principles right there. And tell him about you. You know, what you're doing with Bree Creations and
I can't hear you anymore.
Okay. Stand by. Hi, my name is KeJohnna Owens. I am co-founder of Success Express Marketing Solutions. Our business is cultivating more business for your business. I want to tell you real quick about our program that is one of the most comprehensive business development online marketing support programs out there, which is the VASP, VASP, Virtual Assistant Support Program. This system allows you to operate and run your business while we help monitor and help you cultivate more business for your business online. Contact us at 909-686-1698 and visit us online at successexpressmarketing.com. Look forward to helping you take your business to the next level. Hey, look, you just got to get over it. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Hey, look, technical difficulties and all that, man.
It is like things happen, right?
Sis,
Yeah.
tell me about what you do.
So I decided to start a business a few years ago. It's apparel, geared more toward, African American folks, women and men. I do t-shirts and I customize jackets, um, drinking vessels, tumblers. It's just like a crafty business. I just decided to put some of my little craft talents to work, and I opened a business. But mainly it was just to have something for us to wear. Um, there's a lot of companies out there that you can buy t-shirts from online and stuff, but I do take pride in, how I produce my product. Not saying that others don't. I can just only talk about me, you know. And I really honestly started the business because I wanted to have another stream of income because my son was in his senior year of high school. And I'm like, in order for me to give him the best experience, you know, I don't want to break budgets and banks. So I thought, I'm gonna start doing this. And I really, I like it. It has evolved and moved in different directions, definitely from when I first started. Um, but and I'm still moving and evolving. But what it did do to me was it put a certain fire under me that, multiple streams of income is where I'm headed. I have an incredible career. I was blessed. I love what I do. um I've been blessed, to be able to earn money to take care of my family and my son, my family being my mother and my son. And enjoy a few pleasures in life. But what about when I'm older, in about another 10 years? you
Nah,
know
you
Check this
know,
out. This chick is not working till she's 70. Not, I'm not doing it.
you know what's amazing, Sabrina, is that I'm glad you said that. I'm a proponent of home-based business ownership, multiple streams. Generally, especially as a culture, black people, we haven't been introduced to how to operate businesses. We kind of seen people do businesses, but we don't know the files, Form 955, what's a 10-9, all
Yeah.
the stuff that it takes, and that's life. But when you step forward to make a difference, and change and say, you know what, I got to leave something. I can't leave my job. I need to leave something that my family can move forward, and that's commendable. And that's what this whole grindology is all about. I don't know if you know, but the work, you said it yourself. Had an idea, sounded good, but once you stepped in that water, oh, it would work. It's like, wait a minute, it looked good on TV. They said all you need was a click funnel and a website and a PayPal link, and all of a sudden,
No, you
that's
gotta
that's
constantly step.
laughable.
Yeah, you gotta be innovative. You have to come up with, different ideas. You gotta constantly market yourself and strategize. Um, it's a lot, but it's okay and it's worth it. And the young people around me get to see what I'm doing. And it's always, in my family, I can't speak for other families, very common people, right? And so doing things outside the box was not common for us. So when I learned what like generational, I don't want to call it a curse, but just behavior was, and I set out to do some different things. So owning
Mm-hmm.
a business is one of them. This is my first business and my only business for right now, but I can pretty much assure that it's not going to be my last. And I'm not jumping from Flybreed to this. It's going to be a compilation of things. So at the end of it, by the time I'm done, I was even looking the other day, I'm like a laundromat. That's a hell of a thing, to
Man,
invest in. No, I'm serious. And that's
no,
what I,
ideas change the world. Thoughts change the world. But
Mhm.
most times we get this thought. I have to say success loves speed. How many times have you thought of an idea that was, man? And generally we put it on the shelf when we look for somebody to kind of get a stamp of approval to it. And then it was crypto. What is you right? I'm just just saying. I'm just saying. Google. What that don't even make sense. Micro. What is it? Soft.
Yeah, go on somewhere. Nobody would know what you're talking about. Right. I get it.
Man, it's out there. Says we got to get you back on because you're powerful. And as a grindologist in the morning, see, this is my deal. It's 6 in the morning here in the West Coast, 6:30. But it's 9:30 on the East Coast. They're well into the day. They're well. If we're going to be competitive in any kind of business lane, we're going to have to be competitive with people who are competing. So I thank you for being a grindologist, my sister right there. We're going to get you back on. And please keep us up to date with anything that you got going on. I'll leave you with our parting words, anything you want to leave to the listeners.
No, I appreciate you having me. I didn't know it was going to be a live show. That's when, when you got to be ready all the time, right? So I'm like, I hope these people can't see my background and all of that because I was not prepared to be, seen. But it's okay because it's a learning lesson. So, and I'm often invited on different shows, but it's the setup. So now I'm like, okay, well, this won't happen to me again because I'm serious about my brand and I'm serious about how I represent myself. It's 6 o'clock. Yeah, a lot of people are not up and some people are, And no, I'm not one of those chicks that roll out of bed and, run straight here. I go to the bathroom, I wash my face, I brush my teeth, and I have my coffee. And then after that, I start my day. So when I saw the camera, I'm like, oh, shit. But it's okay because it was a learning lesson. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something, sis. It's always that. You go in a room, I've been in a room with the 5 forks and the 6 spoons and the cups. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, what? I ordered creme brulee, right? Yeah, I have one creme brulee. I don't know what the menu was. I'm in a room. There's creme brulee, right? I'm just, it says, you are a grindologist. And when you're up at this time in the morning, you are already successful. You made any adjustment that it meant so you could be on point, on time, and share the passion in which you have for helping people. We're going to have you back on. I know you're going to make some adjustments and everything, but I want you to know you're amazing, and I appreciate you. Thank you. And you made an impact in somebody's life this morning.
And I'm proud of you, for doing what you do. I know I tease you a lot, and I threaten KeJohnna all the time about not coming around to things, but I understand and I get it. But I do love you, and I do appreciate you having me.
Hey, you know what? I'll take a second because I know I ain't been. He don't show up. I know it. Got you. Hey, that's live. Y'all seen it live right here. I will. Hey, sis, love you. You have an amazing day. Get out there and get it. Absolutely. Man, Sabrina Ricks, 40-year friendship to be able to be in a position to share the passion in which he is. Check her out. Fly Bree Creations out there in Pasadena. She's always in front of the movement, helping people. And I love the fact that you can find your own lane and how you help people. I think doing what you do, people see it, people model it. And that's your impact. It's not what you say, it's what you do. Man, it's been the Grindology101 virtual podcast. I'm your guy, KeJohnna Owens, man. And another great day, another amazing breakthrough. Get out there and make it happen for yourself. I'll tell you, this is nothing going to happen without the work, though. You can sign up, but if you don't sign in, it's not going to happen. Have a good one. We'll see you on the other side. Be blessed.